Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back today with a brand new video, a new success story, and just some tips and tricks as always about manifesting. So happy Monday. Let's intend and let's focus that right now that you get the most out of this video and that this helps provide clarity. All right. So before I get into the success story, just a reminder that booking one-on-one coaching with me or booking one-on-one hypnosis with me or grabbing one of my new affirmation track audios, which have just been selling like hotcakes. I'm getting tons of feedback from clients that they've really helped them with manifesting and focusing on their specific person and themselves. So all the links for everything is in the description box below. So you guys, this success story has been in my inbox for a while, and I'm finally sharing it because I've had a lot of people who have book coaching who are very similar to this client recently. So it will help all of them. If it helps all of them, it will just help everybody, right? Because I often hear that people feel like they compare themselves to success stories. So let's intend and let's focus right now that you don't do that. But I think a lot of times people aren't also seeing and hearing the work, or that the focus and the work that the person has put in on the back end, of course, in their own mind with their mental diet or whatever they're doing to manifest, and that people compare themselves to other people's success stories. And then I hear like, oh, no one's story is like mine. Everyone's just trying to manifest an X-Back. Everyone's trying to manifest a something different than theirs. And this client had known her SP for 10 years. And so I think I've had a lot of clients like this over the years, but just to say, if that's you, then this success story is also for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone. That's where I'm looking to read it. So I'll just get into it. Dear Alexis, thank you so much for all of your love and support. I'm excited to finally write in my success story. I booked coaching with you to manifest my SP, but it turned out to be so much more than that. I realize now that everything comes from me and what I create for myself. Also, wanted to let everyone know that I had watched a ton of manifestation videos, and they honestly got me so off track and things were not working in my favor, which was the original reason why I booked coaching. I am trying to make this quick, so let me just get to my success story. My specific person was a guy I had known for over 10 years, and during those 10 years, so much happened for us. We had been out of contact, in no contact, hot and cold, you name it. I had given every meaning to the relationship that you can think of. Flash forward to now, and we are in a committed relationship, and he is making plans to move to my city. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Alexis, for really helping me turn this around, and also having the patience with me through my sessions where I was crying, emotional, and I just felt so out of control. I never knew how much it helps to really have someone to talk it through. I will see you again for my next session very soon, and I can't wait to report all of my continued success. Thank you so much, Alexis. I appreciate you to the moon and back. XOs. Okay. So you guys, what were the stories here that we heard from her success story? There was obviously something happening with distance, we could say, because now he's making plans to move to her city. They had known each other for 10 years, and there was a communication story because they went in and out of hot and cold. She would go in and out of contact, no contact, you name it, right? She said that she was giving meaning to the relationship, and therefore she was thinking about the relationship in a certain way, and she was also thinking that he was thinking certain things. So remember that your specific person, no matter who you're manifesting, no matter what you're manifesting, they are thinking what you think they're thinking. Now, I have noticed with one-on-one clients that people get very lost in translation about, wait, and then people overthink. What do I think he's thinking? And then let me turn that around. But remember, just like this client, my goal, you guys, is to keep things simple, get results, get right to the heart of the matter, and be direct. People are always telling me that as a coach, I'm so direct, and that's why in my videos, I'm so direct. But really, you guys, in my opinion, I mean, thank you. I think it's a compliment, but I'm really trying to keep it simple so that we have a lot less to do. Like, let me give you an example of this client, of a story she had, right? She had a story of, oh my gosh, but Alexis, like I would tell her her intentions. This happens a lot with people. I would say, okay, let's start thinking he's in love with me. He's obsessed with me. All he thinks about is me. He calls me all the time. I'm his favorite person. He loves our relationship. He feels amazing in our relationship. So I said that. She said, but Alexis, where he lives so far away. He lives in another state. She was in America. And I said, oh, okay. So we have a distance story. Okay. So do you see how her mind tried to bring her into the old story when I was telling her the new story? It's often what people are doing and they don't realize it. So, and she said, do I have to change all of these intentions and change every thought I have about the distance? And I said, no, what you do need to embrace is that the distance makes his heart grow fonder, your heart grow fonder. The distance brings us closer. The distance brings us together. And the distance actually creates and activates that both of us move closer together. Right? So what she didn't have to do is turn around every single thought. What she did have to do, though, is create a new story from within and stick to the story. Now, the funny thing is, you guys, is that look at the mind like this. I'm going to use this egg again because it's still on my desk. I use it in a previous video. It's one of my son's toys. So the mind is like this. There is a problem. The problem here is the distance is an issue where he's never going to commit to me. We're never going to live near each other. He forgets about me because of where he is. Okay. So the new story is like a separate place in the mind. This is the problem, which is what we don't want. And this is the solution. So you don't have to create the solution from the problem and change all these thoughts. You can create a whole new story, which is the beauty of your mind and the beauty of your manifesting, because the new story is just what you tell yourself from within yourself. It doesn't have to be based on fact. It doesn't have to be based on logic. It doesn't have to be based on anything that is happening outside of you, is the crazy thing, because your world culminates to what you hold within you. So the new story, right? It's like the chicken or the egg. That was not intended in this analogy, but it fits this scenario. So the new story was and is: the distance makes his heart grow fonder for me. The distance brings us closer together. The distance is the best thing ever. The distance kicks our relationship into gear. Like my first husband was in a foreign country when we met. It's a very funny story. I created it. I consciously manifested it without totally knowing, because I was much younger. But anyways, in that situation, the distance did make us closer together. We moved to the same place and all that because I created that story within myself, because I stuck to it, because that's all that I was going to entertain. Okay. So that's what I did on purpose, even though not knowing I was doing it on purpose. I'm trying to make this simple for everybody, but remember that the story you have within yourself, the script you have within yourself, the story that you tell yourself is what pushes out. So it doesn't have to have anything from fact or anything that's logical. Like I suppose it is logical for a lot of people to think we're in separate cities. They're going to lose interest in me. He or she or they just don't like me because we're not in the same city. But you guys, you want to think also that like the distance can be the best thing ever. The distance can make you, if you have a distance in your relationship or whatever story you're telling yourself, you want to use it to your advantage, right? So to go back to how this client did this is that she broke down the stories that she had. She decided not to think them anymore. And then she logistically, so like once an hour, a couple times an hour, she reiterated the new story to herself. She would reiterate the story in her scripting because she liked to script. Just to say, you don't have to script for this to work. I, Alexis, do not script. I never have, because it doesn't work for me. I think my thoughts on purpose. I think new stories on purpose. I'm very clear all the time about what am I holding within myself? Where's this really coming from? Is it concept of self? Is it concept of someone else? And flipping it and turning it around so that I live a pleasant, peaceful existence. Because that to me is the biggest thing: being stable, secure, feeling safe, having good moments, feeling peaceful, and having a lot of fun, especially in my relationship with my husband, who's obviously my SP. Oh, I guess it's not obvious, but he is, okay? Okay. I made a joke once that he wasn't my SP. He didn't take that very well. And he said to me directly, if I'm not your SP, we have a problem, when we were first dating. Okay. Isn't that funny? All right, you guys. So let's learn from this client. If you have a 10-year relationship with someone and you've got a bunch of thoughts, you've got a bunch of stories, you can turn it around just like them. If you're watching a bunch of content and trying to do this on your own and not getting a lot of results, then she might really help you figure out what's going on here, and that it really helped her just to talk to somebody about it. Okay. And then I wanted to wrap up really quick with this week's video by just giving a little bit more information about the hypnosis tracks, the affirmation tracks that are still currently on sale. They're at a great sale price. It's 2 for $75 or 1 for $45. They're 16-minute tracks each. And these are different than any other hypnosis audio that I have created because you can listen to them with your eyes open or your eyes closed. You can listen to them on repeat. You can listen to them while you're doing something else. You can have them in your earphones, like while you're cooking, doing laundry, doing house chores, going on a walk, exercising, something like that. And one is My SP is Mine. So that's manifesting and creating and getting your mind trained to think thoughts about being loved and adored by your specific person. And the other, which is really cool, I've never created something like this, is Revise Your 3D Reality. And I take you into a specific way in the mind to dissolve circumstances, to dissolve specific events or stuff that comes into your mind. Like for this client, it would be this whole distance thing, the communication thing. If you have situations, circumstances, things that replay, or images that come into your mind, there's allergies, there's stuff all in the air, and I have my office door open, so there's like condensation on my face. If you have stuff with whatever you're manifesting and you want to get it out of the way, out of your mind, then that affirmation track is for you too. Okay, so they're still at a sale price. They will not stay at that price, so really grab them. Like, I wish I had stuff like this when I was first manifesting, because there wasn't as much out there, so they're designed specifically for you. All right, so I intend that you have heard something in this video that has helped you clarify things for you. If you've had a long-standing relationship with your SP, you're manifesting for a change, just like this client, you guys, you can be the next success story. Okay, have an awesome week. Think positive thoughts today. Celebrate yourself because you're awesome. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.